The scam was a long con. Get the donors to invest in a 20-year donation marathon. Oh, was a sneaky little devil. He went to the Breakfast Club and the scam shot to another level. Interview after interview, his popularity grew. Lying about being relatable. He never knew he was Frederick Douglass' grandson, Marcus Garvey's son. Umar will lie to God as long as the scam continued to run.
We out here getting ready to do what I do. You feel me? You know what I mean? Get them donations and get them donations and you feel.
Respectfully, I am about saving black children, which I have done my entire professional career. This year marks 25 years I've been saving black children. It's what I do. 25-year track record, 25-year track record, 25-year track record, 25-year track record. As you
say that we're being scammed. You say that it's taking too long. Have you ever built a school? We need Dr. Umar to be out here talking about stuff like that, but y'all keep effing with him. He can't focus right now because he got to put all his attention on the school.
I'm on here right now to clarify the Date with the Doctor reality show. I want all my African queens to listen up. I want all my African kings to listen up. I want to clarify the Date with the Doctor reality show that's going to be kicking off really, really soon. The Date with the Doctor reality show is really a conversation platform. It is a conversation platform where black women and I will exchange views and opinions on various issues affecting the world, the African race, and black women in particular. It will be a platform where black women can expose their brand, their business, and influence the culture of black women and influence the culture for black women. This is going to be an uplifting reality show. There will be no nonsense. It's going to be clean and it's going to be classy. I'm calling it a Date with the Doctor because that is going to be the ambiance. That's going to be the context. That's going to be the background. So you're going to have to come to me, ladies. You're going to have to come to me, ladies. Most of the time we will be in Delaware. Sometimes we will be in Philadelphia. Sometimes we will be in Jersey. Once in a while, I will take the Date with the Doctor on the road. We will do a few in California, but it won't be often. We will do a few down in Texas, but it won't be often. We will do a few in Omaha, Milwaukee, Detroit, Chicago, but it won't be often. We'll do a few in St. Louis. We'll do a few in Kansas City. We'll do a few in Louisville, in Memphis, in Nashville, but it won't be often. We'll do a few in Ghana, in South Africa, in Kenya, but it won't be often. We'll do a few in Jamaica, in Bahamas, in Bermuda, but it won't be often. We'll do a few in Canada, in Nova Scotia, in Montreal. We'll do a few in Sydney, in Melbourne, Australia. We'll do a few of them in London, in Luton, in Wolverhampton, in Liverpool, in Birmingham, in Manchester, in Paris, but it won't be often. We will take the show on the road, but not often.
Now, I watched the video this morning, and Umar Johnson just left evidence all over the place. He left evidence all over the place. Because this guy is out here talking about, and I just want to put this in perspective, so I'm going to get into a little math equations a little bit later. But if you think about this, Umar Johnson is talking about a date with the doctor. He's talking about where he's going to be traveling at and all that stuff. Now, I will remind you guys that I showed you guys a schedule of his upcoming events right there. There goes the upcoming events on the screen right there. How can Umar Johnson be focusing on the school? Remember, he reports to the IRS that he works 60 hours per week at the school. How can you work 60 hours per week at the school, yet you're traveling all over the place? Now you're trying to set up this date with the doctor for you can get $500, which these women are literally paying for advertising. So I guess they're paying for advertising or whatever. This is how he presented it. He has a strategy for everything else, but he doesn't have a strategy when it comes to the school. I mean, this guy's talking about all he needed was tile put down. He said all he needed was the finish, I guess, rekeying the doors. First of all, Umar Johnson don't even have to be at the school when the rekeying of the doors go. If he has a so-called team, he doesn't have to be at the school when the tiles are getting put down. He said in 2023 on the Breakfast Club in front of Charlamagne the God, who co-signs this, he said that the school was done. He just needed a couple more pieces. In 2023, December 9th, 2023.
Contractors were not kind to us, man. They ripped us off. They scammed us. They stole out the building. The con is real. The con and contractor
I've been dealing with it for the last 5 years.
It's very real, brother.
Absolutely.
And then finally, we had our second FDMG festival this past September the 10th. And I said, you know what? We may have to step outside the African-American community to get this done because we've been waiting 3 years for our people to help us, not for free. We could afford to pay them, but they wasn't being honest with us and straight up. And of course, we know that's not all of our contractors. We want to be clear. We've met a lot of decent contractors along the way, but the ones who we had to use because they was licensed and certified where we are, they didn't really do us right. So I said, let's go with some white folks. And guess what? Here we are 90 days later, and the white contractors have gotten us to the finish line in 3 months versus 3 years. Right. So I said, let's go with some white folks. And guess what? Here we are 90 days later, and the white contractors have gotten us to the finish line in 3 months versus 3 years.
So we just heard the interview at the Breakfast Club from December of 2023. Umar Johnson was pretty much saying that he was done with the school, that everything needs to be done. Now we fast forward to 2025. He's saying that the keys got to be rekeyed, the doors got to be rekeyed, and of course the tile got to be laid down. Now I have heard reports to people that people are actually up there at that school. A van is up there at that school, you know, pretty much tiling the floors. I don't think it's going to pass inspection, but we're going to see what Umar Johnson pulls, what play he's going to pull. But right now, let's talk about the day with the doctor. Now, you have 168 hours in a week. Now, he claims that on the IRS that he worked 60 hours per week at FDMG. That leaves him with 108. Let's say that he sleeps 7 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? That will leave him with 59 hours. Now, he's traveling. He's, as you guys can see right there, he's in a hotel right there. He has 59 hours left in a week. He's traveling. He's going to these events and all that stuff. You guys seen his, he's got to go to state, country to country. So let's say he travels about 35 hours a week. 35 hours. And actually, let's say more than, let's say 40, because remember, he's traveling. Plus, he has to be at these events and all that stuff. That will leave him with 19 hours per week left to do everything else, including like taking care of his mama, taking care of his house, you know, all the other stuff. This is why I say this. There's no way that he's going to be, and then he's going to do this day with the doctor thing, where he's going to be doing I guess, a online influencer type of thing, where he's encouraging people to go to this person's business because his popularity and all that stuff. Even though he's popular off of what Tariq Nasheed gave him and did for him, and now he's popular for being one of the biggest scammers in the world. I mean, the dude talks about black boys all the damn time. He said he's been saving people for 25 years. I played for that earlier. He's been saving kids for 25 years. So where's all these kids that you save here that should be helping you? This doesn't make any logical sense. This day with the doctor, you don't even have time for a day with the doctor. And even if they come to you because you're traveling all around the world, none of this actually makes any sense. If you actually this is what I have an issue with the Umar Johnson supporters. Umar Johnson supporters have to be stopped because they are allowing this guy to continue to scam other people. And the scam is that he's promising things that he's not going to deliver. The scam is that he's using the nonprofit IRS, an IRS nonprofit, to fund his lifestyle. This is where the scam comes in. There's no proof of anything that he actually done. There's no receipts. Umar Johnson is a guy who needs to be showing receipts, but he's not going to show receipts because he already know that the money's gone. He spent the money. But the whole day with the doctor concept, it sounds good, but he's just the wrong person to do it. It sounds good. He's just the wrong person to do it. Then he's out here telling people to not wear, you know, all this other stuff. Look at his hair. It doesn't stand out like that for no reason. As you know, it's nothing. Look at this picture right here of Umar Johnson. So Umar Johnson, he was standing in front of a building, you know, advertising. I guess he said some mustache beard or whatever. But look at this pictures right here that I got. Look at that school and look at Umar Johnson's teeth. He shouldn't be talking about nobody. Just look at it. This doesn't make no sense right here. But then I wanted to go one more thing before I was watching Blacklite, and Blacklite had this video up, and it reminded me of, you know, Umar Johnson being in Ghana. Okay, so for you guys who don't know who this is Blacklite TV. He covers Umar Johnson material as well, but he covered something last video that I was watching that really took me by surprise because I forgot about this clip, but I remember I talked about this a long time ago. Okay, so I want to play for you guys. Okay, so he went to Ghana and he was hugged up on a woman in Ghana. Now this woman, she pretty much sells herself. She, you know, yada yada yada. OnlyFans. She has OnlyFans and all this stuff. This is the woman right here on the screen right here. Now he has all this to say about, you know, natural hair and all that stuff. This woman already confessed that she wears wigs, that, you know, she got a lot of teeth work done and all that stuff. But he has some nerves to tell black women that, you know, they can't do that. Now look at him. This is an OnlyFans model. Let me wind that for you guys. And I ain't trying to say that, but look, she got some work done in front too, but, you know, whatever. But, you know, I mean, I ain't going to go after her for her line of work, but I'm just saying this is who Umar Johnson was hugged up with in Ghana. But I just want to throw that out there, you guys. Umar Johnson, he has no idea what he's going to do with the school. Even if the school does come up, how is he going to be able to keep the doors open? But I don't believe it's actually going to get to that point. I think this is going to be a scam that at least runs for another 3 years if the IRS or somebody else don't get involved. I mean, the city of Wilmington, Delaware did shut him down, freeze the bank accounts because the city, I guess they got a court order. This is what I'm thinking because he was so behind on, his bills. They got a court order to auction the place where they can make up that money. They got tired of Umar Johnson, dipping and dodging. At the end of the day, I think the IRS is going to get involved before Umar Johnson gets scared out into the night. For my outro, I want to play a little bit of his stuff. I mean, Blacklite be on his thing. Check his channel out for sure. This is one of his skits, man. I actually love the skit. He was pretty much reenacting what happened between Dr. Umar Johnson and, of course, the film creator who Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to sue for $500,000, which he ain't gonna win. But I'm gonna play a little bit of this. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Check out his channel. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching again. Like and subscribe if you guys want to as well.
His home. He threw a tantrum like a child.
Yes, sister, open the door for a nigga. Damn. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, hell. What the hell is this, sister? You know who I am, bitch? You out your cotton-picking Caribbean movie-making mind? This is not what Omar Jackson is rocking with. Do you realize that I'm building the academy right now? Nah, family. No, family. Do you realize that I'm the most requested? You went crazy? No. We're not doing this. You gotta put Big Papa in something else. I'll be back when you figure out what the hell you got going on, because that's stupid as hell. That's stupid. You stupid for that. You stupid.
He's like, no. I'm an educator. I'm a poller in the community. I'm your next Malcolm X, your next Martin Luther King. These were his exact words. You're not gonna portray me like that. And then I wasn't disrespecting him. I Googled your place of residence. As a producer, I'm just trying to mirror your lifestyle to get it as accurate as possible.
Bitch, you trying to say I'm broke or something? Nah, you ain't about to talk to the prince like that. I don't know what this queen thinks she's talking about. My house, don't worry, you Google my house. You put me in a mansion. Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith shit, Prince of Zamunda. I can't believe you gonna make me quit.